What if I told you the iceberg wasn't the real reason the Titanic sank? Behind the luxury and confidence was a chain of mistakes that split the ship in two and sent it to the bottom of the ocean. On April 10, 1912, the Titanic left Southampton as the largest and most luxurious ship ever built. Newspapers called it a triumph of modern engineering. First-class passengers walked through marble halls beneath crystal chandeliers. Immigrant families in third class dreamed of new lives in America. And above all of it was one powerful word: unsinkable. But who decided that? Engineers, executives, or human pride? The disaster didn't begin when the iceberg appeared. It began in the design phase. The Titanic had 16 watertight compartments. It was designed to survive flooding in up to 4 of them. That sounded impressive, but there was a critical flaw. The bulkheads didn't extend high enough. If too many compartments filled, water could spill from one into the next, like an overflowing ice tray. When the iceberg struck, that exact weakness was exposed. And here's another question. If the ship was considered nearly indestructible, why weren't there enough lifeboats? There were more than 2,200 people on board. Lifeboat capacity? About 1,178. It wasn't because there wasn't space. More boats would have cluttered the deck and disrupted the ship's elegant appearance. Besides, many believed lifeboats were just there to ferry passengers to rescue ships, not to hold everyone. Confidence replaced caution. As the Titanic crossed the Atlantic, it received multiple wireless warnings about ice ahead. Several ships reported dangerous ice fields directly in its path. Some warnings were acknowledged. At least one critical message never made it to the bridge. Why? Because wireless operators were busy sending private messages for wealthy passengers. Meanwhile, the Titanic continued at nearly full speed, around 22 knots, through known ice waters. On the night of April 14th, the sea was unusually calm. No waves, no wind. The water looked like glass. Beautiful, but deadly. Without waves breaking against icebergs, spotting them became extremely difficult. And the lookouts had no binoculars. The key to the locker had been accidentally left behind before departure. At 11:40 p.m., the lookouts saw a dark shape ahead. "Iceberg! Right ahead!" The bridge reacted quickly. The ship turned. Engines were reversed. But instead of a head-on collision, the iceberg scraped along the starboard side. The impact seemed mild to many passengers. Some barely felt it. Yet below the surface, the hull had been torn open across 6 compartments. Not one massive hole, but several narrow openings, small individually, fatal together. Water rushed in at an estimated 7 tons per second. Ship designer Thomas Andrews quickly assessed the damage. More than 4 compartments were flooding. The ship could not survive. He estimated it would sink in about an hour to an hour and a half. He was right. But many passengers were not told how serious the situation was. Lifeboats were launched slowly. The first boat left with only 28 people, despite having space for 65. Think about that. Dozens of empty seats, while hundreds remained on board. As the bow sank lower, panic grew. Third-class passengers struggled to navigate confusing corridors. Language barriers added to the chaos. Some gates separating classes delayed movement. On deck, the band played music to calm the crowd. The ship's front dipped deeper into the Atlantic. The stern rose high into the air. Lights flickered, then went dark. In the early hours of April 15th, the Titanic broke apart. For years, some doubted survivor accounts that the ship split in two, but when the wreck was discovered in 1985, it confirmed the truth. The bow and stern lay separated on the ocean floor nearly 12,500 feet below the surface. More than 1,500 people lost their lives. So was it the iceberg? Or was it the decisions? A design that wasn't prepared for worst-case flooding, too few lifeboats, ignored ice warnings, high speed through dangerous waters, overconfidence in technology. The iceberg was the trigger. Human error was the cause. And that's why the Titanic still matters. Because the story isn't just about a ship, it's about us. We build bigger, faster, more advanced, and sometimes we believe that progress makes us untouchable. But history shows something different. No system is unsinkable. No plan is flawless. And when warnings are ignored, consequences follow. Even today, the Titanic rests on the ocean floor, slowly deteriorating. Steel is being consumed by bacteria. One day, the wreck will collapse entirely, but the lesson remains. Ambition without humility is dangerous. Confidence without preparation is deadly. And the next time you hear someone say it can't fail, remember the Titanic. If you're watching ocean disaster films, you're not just hearing what happened, you're discovering why it happened. If you found this documentary powerful, take 1 second right now to like the video. It helps YouTube recommend serious, in-depth disaster stories to viewers who value real history over headlines. And subscribe to Ocean Disaster Films for more gripping investigations into maritime tragedies and the hidden decisions behind them. Because sometimes the real story is deeper than the ocean itself. I'll see you in the next documentary.